Hello, dreamers. Welcome back. How are you all doing tonight? Did you have a lovely weekend? Lovely last week? It's been a few days since I was last able to hop on, so welcome back to each and every one of you. It's a chance to rest, a place to recharge, a place to find your inner worm, maybe? Worm high. Right off the bat. Ow! Hi, Azrael. Well, might as well take off my glasses and get comfy. You wouldn't rain a golden hailstorm at a guy wearing Well, actually, no, I think about it, you just did, so. Ow! Okay. I see someone found the new redeem. But I do have a question for you. All of you wonderful dreamers out there in chat. Would you still love me if I were a worm? Oh, my. Oh, hype train. Why is there a hype train? Which, by the way, Azrael, thank you very much for dropping a gift sub in there. But yeah, looks like we have a hype train. Okay, how did that start? Anyway, thank you. Man, when I see the worm, everyone doing the worm, I think most of y'all are familiar with the worm by now. So, Jay's been working on some fun new things. Like, he's got my, I realized it's a little hard for y'all to see, but my tail bounces now. So, got a little more animation for y'all to watch. All of y'all were saying, I hate to see him go, but I love to watch him leave. Wag, 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 wag. So, yeah, now my tail bounces. But in the process of that, we created some very, very, very cursed content. Might want to see what you posted. You're embarrassed. Why are you embarrassed, Wing Zero? Why is that? I don't think I see it. It's not in Creative Showcase, is it? What did you post? Confession. Cute. Red in the face. Wonder what that's... Oh my. Oh my. Well. Let's just say that the tongue is a very powerful and capable muscle. So, it can do many things. Like, for instance, it can get up really close, lick the lips and teeth, and then and then swallow a cherry whole. Don't I fucking dare. You will turn me into a rug. Okay, let's be real for a second. So are you... Scales on a rug. I'm not judging or anything, but I'm going to say I don't think that's the most comfortable thing to walk on, probably. Hey, Zaddy. Hi, Mar. How are you be? We're actually... Funny, we're not talking tail right now, we're talking tongue. How you be? Hopefully you're not snowed in too much here. You look like you need a warm place to rest your head. Hi. Just a little too embarrassed tonight? I mean, I've noticed there's a thing going on where all of a sudden people are popping into the Zetaplex, or they're checking out some art, and then their mom notices something. Whether it's the tongue, or, I'm particularly proud of this one, my cake. And it's just like, why he got asked for days? Question is that, ow, either complimentary, or is that derogatory? Which I'm just going, heck, have I all of a sudden impressed people's moms with my bum and my tongue? Or is it such that they're like, why that boy ass, that indecent? I mean, just, my VTuber Baba went shopping with me. Got me some good pants that fit well. How bouncy the tail is. And let's see, I think I can show you. Excuse me, Mark, gotta eat y'all for a sec. But let's see if I can show you all the tail, since y'all want to see the tail. So, up we go. Boing, 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 boing. And you too can bounce on it if you want. Went to say goodnight to the puppy. Oh, good pup. I know you have a cute pup, Danny. So cute. What did you miss in the 1 minute you were gone? So, I've been getting a lot of comments, not from viewers, but from viewers' moms, where they're all just like, hello, what that tongue do? And hi, Sin, how you be tonight? Which I know, I'm sorry, I see y'all when you're popping in and go, if I ever miss anything, I do apologize. And hello, Zoe, welcome in on the YouTube side, make yourself comfortable. I was testing out a few things. MILF approved, I know. Definitely a very, very happy demographic. Respectfully, of course, you know, respecting all the boundaries of the moms. But I'm going to use that as a tagline. Mihai is mom and MILF approved. Oh my god. Stop ignoring you for you butcher my pretty body in a not nummy way, in the WTF way. All right. Well, you know what? Okay, so where are you, Dandelion? Where are you? I know you're around here somewhere. Come on, let's see. Where are you? Where are you? Dandelion, where did you go? There is Zora. Which cat are you? Which gato? I'm looking for the gato. That is Hi Lion. How you be? There you are. There you are. There's that Kiwi cat. All right. You get uppies just for that. You get suspended, you know. Just jumping around. I realize also I'm coming to you from a very awkward angle, but no, hey, rude, hey, rude, hey, no, do that, no, getting uppies, second uppies more, all right, little more, if you come in with La Rosa like that, yours is going to end up being, well, oh my god. Blue raspberry, eh? Or is it blue orange? Certified angel biter. I know you can bite my angle, you can bite my devil. That sounds very awkward now that I say that at once. But anyway, onward and upward. Been a while, I know. Had a few days. Was a little busy. Temes Basho Prauma Brasiliaraki? I will apologize that I cannot read Portuguese, so I probably butcher that. Let me run that through Google Translate for a second. Excuse me, Mar. Which, by the way, here you go. Miss Katsu already. Bite my angles and my ankles. Oh my god. If I ever release a low poly look, I'm in danger. Yeet. Yeah, Caitlin, let me get you in a second. Let me just see. I need to learn. All of a sudden, chat just changes like, you're going to Brazil! There's room for a Brazilian woman here. Absolutely. I apologize again that I cannot speak Portuguese, but yes, you are very much welcome. Right alongside Brazilian Miku. The soft movie pillows. Let's see. Waiting for another con. I know. That's one of those things for some of y'all who enjoy cons. I know some of y'all in the waking world enjoy going out to conventions and chance to meet friends, have a wonderful time, and escape from the world where you don't have to quite dive as deep down here. But it's always hard for that in-between period where, you know, there's another con coming up in a few months, but it's in a few months, and you're like, oh, come on, faster. How chonky would I rate Le Chonker? Who is that chonker? Let me take a look at that chonker. Yeet. Let's see, who is this? Danda Le Chonk. Oh. I need to work on that. Merchant the Zeddish. Good boy. A little bit of English. I know I apologize, just Portuguese is one language I do not have any experience with. But, again, you are more than welcome. Seeing all my chats just went all at once. Why did that happen? Let's see. Delay for that many milliseconds. Doing a little fixer up here. I'm trying to change how all the automations work, but all of a sudden it just blasted everything out at once, so that's inconvenient. I wonder. I might just end up adding a different delay to something. I know, Beth Zetta, I know so many, I love that y'all have been sharing all the love for our new little bat in the belfry running around. Let me pull that up. Let's pull up. There we go. Giant woman! Naya-chan's art right on them. Ow. Ow. Hit me with a worm. Can't believe you. I'll have to fix that later. So we might get a little Zettaton spam. I'm trying to figure out the timing that'll work right for trying to automate everything when it's just, oh yeah, Discord, checking out music, the Zetta shop. Got some new stuff actually coming for the shop sometime soon, so should be nice. Found the photo and you blame Zora because... Oh, your mom saw one of those. I see. Well, I do hope she enjoyed. And hello, Lilac Kitsune. Don't mind me, just been asked to stretch. Dandelion, you are the mother to Floralion in his chat because none of them know what the heck sleep is. I see. Give me a second, let me just stretch for a moment. Ah, yes, that's... Okay, so no, she saw my ref sheet. All right, I thought she had seen one of the other images, which I'm like, I don't think my tongue was out when we took that one. Awake, alive, 2:30 p.m., yet you're groggy. No, fair. Very fair. I understand. Of course, providing a restful place for all insomniacs to just vibe, chill, breathe. Sleep under control. I do my best. Of course, it's hard to make someone sleep. I've not quite mastered the Harry Potter magics of go to sleep, go to sleep. There are some things that are a little esoteric, but anyway, I not forget that big stretch. Thank you for that, Mar. 24 minutes in already. No, Zoe, I see you. I see you mixed in there. I know you're in a with you on the YouTube side. I do trying to keep an eye on everything as it comes in. So yeah, I do see you. But let's see, 3:39 in the morning for Brazil. Lovely stretching sounds like. Y'all love to hear. Is it the crack or is it the feeling of relief of just, yes, I'm good now. Oh, didn't mean to close Discord like that. Curious, y'all been doing anything fun recently? Any new adventures? What are y'all getting up to recently? I see some of y'all are snowed in, so I'm glad you were able to still close your eyes, get comfy, get cozy, as my VTuber Papa will say. And no, hate the crack. Well, that's unfortunate. You like the sounds of stretching. And then, we got the power. The power. Love the crack. I know, I feel like I have to poll y'all at some point where it's just going, do you enjoy hearing the cracks? Do you not enjoy hearing the cracks? But yes, anyway, cold. So I appreciate y'all who warmed up, got snuggled in, and just closed your eyes to rest. Oh, to crack a dream dragon. Oh my. I feel like there's a joke I should make in there about this being the gear of the fire horse. A dragon cosplaying a horse. Save a horse, ride a dragon. Am I right? While playing horsey. Your man will crack his bones in front of you just to annoy him. Well, as I said, Naya-chan, he's a keeper. He sounds like an absolute goober, so I hope you have many happy years loving each other. So. Sips noodles aggressively. Oh, you have nudes? Send nudes. Who wants some nudes in the Zettaplex? Just send out some nudes to everyone, some ramen nudes, and then can change it up, maybe get some Italian nudes, nice in a cream sauce. How do you like your nudes? Do you like Italian-style nudes? Do you like German-style nudes? Do you like Japanese-style nudes? Vietnamese nudes? So many good nudes out there. Late night ramen. Nice, nice. Enjoy. You got to borrow your buddy's flamethrower to meet the snow in your drive. That is creative. That is creative. I don't think I've ever actually... I feel like there's risks that come with... I don't know. I feel like there's a little bit of danger that comes with a flamethrower to de-snow things. Have I ever stretched a cat? No. So, I've had a few people who have brought their cats to the Zetaplex. But only twice have I ever encountered a cat here that actually likes to be held. And in one case, it was just enough to slowly lift him up, set him down. Oh, hi, Morpho, how you be? Just talking about stretching cats right now. So one liked to be picked up and, well, at least didn't mind being picked up to be moved. The other liked being touched and was one of those rare cats that likes having its tummy scratched. But the cat was just kind of wiggle-worming his way around, getting all sorts of attention, and didn't really want to be picked up. So it's been a thing. I've never had a chance to actually like stretch out a cat, where I know most of you have seen long cat by this point, and how cats, they have this spring feature that's built into them, so you can just stretch them out for whatever it is. They just welcome, dreamer. And hello, Alex. Welcome in. Fun kitty topics. I know, picking up and stretching cats. Certainly, dogs are much easier. I've encountered many more dogs who like being picked up, although, in most cases, when you grab the dog, you still want to grab under the dog so the dog could sit, because otherwise it's a lot of weight, because dogs generally do not have that stretchy characteristic of cats. It puts a lot of pressure on their upper body. Holding a cat like a gun. Oh my god. Just a machine cat. It just ran, or actually, okay. The machine gun cat. You hold it. You take the safety off. You pull the trigger and it goes, so on and so forth. And you just hear W and W's all of a sudden going off just in rapid succession. That's the sound of a cat machine gun. Finally, remove the unnecessary following after days of clearance from 7K to around 250. Oh, that is a calling angel. Golly. And also, Mar, may you have a beautiful night. May you have restful dreams. And as you drift away into a peaceful abyss, may you feel warmth, contentment, and satisfaction as you drift away. And may that contentment be a warm light that can guide you back to the waking world and give you the strength for a new day. So, until you return to the Zetaplex, good night. Holding your cat right now, eh? Man, it really is something interesting that I've heard of cat owners who can just do that. Cat likes to be held. Cat likes to be just, what's the word I'm looking for? Well, held, I guess. And it's interesting how rare it's been that I see a cat that's so friendly like this. I go, this almost feels like a myth. The cat who likes to be held, to be fondled, to be pet in more places than just a small, tiny region of their back, which they decide after a minute, no, I am satisfied. Do not touch me, human. I will return in 5 minutes. Making plans go to a con. I see. In some barbecue places. Oh, well, not to dox your location. I know you'd have some very, very strong choices. I am curious what con it is, though. Are you looking probably at San Japan, or you're looking at Anime Frontier? Well, I mean, Anime Frontier is really late in the year. I'm trying to think which ones are coming up. I think I heard Houston has a new one. Thank you. Cats cuddled. Uppies? I think I can do some uppies. And I was, Blue Rose, I was watching as Jay was working on a piece for you. Hello, Eris. Oh yeah, ooh. Share with the class. What are you going to be making? And I hope you brought enough for everyone. Tee. Can you have uppies? I can get you in there, Max. I can get you in there. Ow. That rude. Posted in Showcase. I know, I saw. Just a latte. Good choice. Good choice. Man, coffee drinks certainly very satisfying. So yeah, y'all who have cats that like to be held. Now I assume they just like to be held, period. They don't put up a fuss with like, no, I don't want to be picked up right now. Sent the video of Kitty Machine Gun and memes, eh? Ow. Well, I'm glad to know that y'all would still love me if I were a worm. You'll give me a concussion if I were said worm. But... Yeet. Where are you, Max? Where's that little lynx? There you are. I know, you're easy to find because you got a different color. Yours likes to be held, then kicks off. Ooh! And thank you for 4 months, Zoe. Ow. I need to figure out, I've been having... YouTube triggers are a little funky, so I apologize I don't have an alert coming up, but I do see you in chat, so 4 months. Thank you very much. Ow. Potassium. Instead, you get to listen to me be pelted by everyone. Just all of a sudden, everyone's throwing all their items like, Mihai, you look like you're suffering from a potassium deficiency. Get potassium! Banana! Good boy. Let me refactor that a little bit. That's Queen a bit scrambled. Never had a cat that liked being held, but you had a couple of trained emotional support cats for panic or anxiety attacks. Interesting. I did not know you could train cats as emotional support animals. Yeet. By the way, what do I think of the sketch? Oh, Eris, I love him. No, you do good work. So I think I added yours into the mix. I gotta double check, because I was just adding some new things in, doing some updates. Just since we've been doing some well, I appreciate y'all that y'all have been making art. And as long as it provides some fun, some inspiration. Oh, my queen. Hello, Roxy. You prefer your dog Rocker. Oh my god, yeah. Wing Zero, you gotta keep up. Your boyo is adorable. That big fuzzball. So cute. So cute. And hello, Leon. Welcome back. 3 cats that like being held out of the 12. Yeah, that checks out. That checks out. It definitely is less common for a cat that's. I like to be picked up. I love the physical attention. Mother and or father, please pet me. Yes, I am grateful for it. I shall toss aside my catness for a moment to show appreciation. Ah, yes, right there. And there as well. And there as well. Pet, 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 pet. Seductive, well. You know, guy, just adding a little more color. Long cat stretching out a cow. No. Suddenly stretching me out next. I see. Well, before we get too much farther. Yes, Zoe, let me get you uppies in a second. There you are. And Morpho, may you have a beautiful night. May you have restful dreams. And as you drift away into a peaceful abyss, unfortunately sick, as you just said, may you be able to close your eyes and feel a warmth just wash over your body as you sink down into the quiet and relaxing world of your dreams. And may those dreams form a light that can guide you back to the waking world. So, until we meet again, good night. And so, Todoroki, if you would like to send any art, I do have the Discord open. So we have Creative Showcase, which is where art of just any variety is accepted. But, of course, if you'd like to post fan art, I love seeing it. So that is certainly very welcome in there as well. That's normally where I grab that. If not, if for some reason you do not use Discord, because you know Discord is kind of shit right now, especially with the whole age verification creepiness that they're trying to do, it'll totally be safe. Nothing will go wrong. And oh, hi, Roseboy Requiem. Welcome back. And thank you. Oh my God, thank you very much for resubbing. 6 months in advance. Oh, what's going on? Thank you. Oh, thank you, fam. Thank you. I was also trying to think. Oh yeah, that's right. We had even just seen your fan art pop on a moment ago. I think yours has what's the word I'm looking for? I was trying to think of something witty to say about it. Bats, Zetta. Bats, she show up. Hello, Bats. Your friend recently disappeared from Discord, been gone for a month. Well, yeah, no, I'm afraid I can't help with that. I know. Bat. All of a sudden, we go from Zetta, and suddenly everyone sees someone they love in the mix, and we just instead get Bay. Everyone just saying, Bay. Maybe that'll be a thing if I ever stream Bayonetta. Yeet. ¿Por qué yeet? Why yeet? But again, thank you for the resub, Roseboy Requiem. And thank you for the art as well. I really appreciate all y'all sharing art. And again, I know especially with the community I hope to build beyond this, for all of you who step into the Zettaplex, is just to see each and every one of you create something, to make something new. Oh. And Azarel gifting another sub. Thank you very much. I'll go into Naya-chan. You're welcome, Naya-chan. I'll even give you some nice knuckle cracks for that as soon as the music stops. There we go. Complimentary. Thank you very much for that. Azarel making everything rain. You know, shout out. Get you in there. Azarel _ Thank you again. And these, you have an excuse to draw muscles on men. I was gonna say, I guess I am a little sussier these days. I kept things a little bottled up in the past, but especially nowadays where I want to have a bit more focused of a community. And also, when I can welcome you in here, and you can let loose just a little bit. Of course, make it an 18+ space, just so that there's no risk of anything that certain audiences shouldn't see. But, yes. And hello, Kiana, come on in. Ka-chow! ¿Por qué ka-chow? What did I do that's ka-chow? Did I suddenly become Lightning McQueen? Why am I ka-chow? What did I do there to ka-chow? But the D20 expression, I know that is fun. You're welcome, Naya-chan, to greet you into having a sub again. Delicious cracks. Wonderful cracks. You like the cracks. Well, at least you, I think you said. Well, no, okay, you said you ate them. But, it can be a little bit of a teasing shit. Just a teeny bit. Speaking of Eris, no, I enjoy seeing your poses and anatomy that you've been working with some of your stuff. Wow! Hi, Azarel. Ow. Thank you very much again. Getting that golden hailstorm. And hello, Rainbow. Welcome back. It's been a minute. Caleb went home, but in his Colonel card instead of the Lunar New Year one. Oh. Caleb from Immortal Diaries, right? I think one of the other Mr. Rights, if I remember correctly. And hello, Virgil. It's been a minute. Welcome back. Is that a Roblox noob head? There's been a lot of Roblox on Twitch recently. I've been debating, because, okay, Roblox is something that exists. But, Miss me. Tee. Where are you, Azrael? Where is that other? There we go. I got you up. Bat. I think we just pat. Bat. Yep, that was Bat Zetta. Every time we see the get along collar, it's always Bat has just passed. Trying your best. Well, imposter syndrome, unfortunately, is something I know will always plague anyone who's involved with the arts. So, create. Make some magic. Just keep making something fun. It's amazing. It's so hard to conceptualize how every day you can make new improvements. Find something else that you go, oh, okay, I can make this better than it was yesterday. But I know it's always hard to see that because it's that cumulative day-by-day progress.
Good boy.
May you be yeeted. Let me see where you are, Virgil. There you are. Ow! Rude. The gaming couch, I know. That was a fun piece, seeing Ash and Tuxel do as a collab. So got 3 of the Pookie Bombs, and then me dropping in. It's a little hard to see from the pose, but so sometimes when I'm lounging around, I basically have the Gambit special of just, all right, Shay, I'm just making some beignets and standing around like a slutty Cajun man whore. I loved in X-Men 97 where just, man, Gambit and Rogue, they just committed to, these two are sexy. They're fun. Oh, I have strong feelings about the love triangle that happened, but I'm totally a Gambit and Rogue shipper. And hello, Blake, or Blakey. Correct me how to get that right. Oh, Caleb from Love and Deep Space. Okay. Love and Deep Space, by the way. Holy heck, that game is getting horny. Getting might be the wrong word, but all of a sudden, I'm just seeing some of the new sequences show up on my feed and going, whoa. Whoa. Holy heck, whoa. They got no chill when it comes down to, how do I even describe it? It's certainly a game for those of y'all who enjoy men, or for men who are trying to be like, let me get some ideas. Subtly watches the latest Silas drop. Or pick your thing of choice, but holy. I appreciate gender equality in games like this, where it's just, let the women be hot, let the men be hot, everyone be hot. Everyone can get everything they want. The world could use some more hotness. You are a pipsqueak, eh? Love and Deep Space. It is a, how do I describe it? I want to say it's a romantic visual novel game that y'all can fill in the plot for me, as I'll admit, I've not personally played it myself, but it is a fully voiced romantic visual novel where the main character can go through all of her storylines with a variety of 5 different men to cater to many different tastes. You are a pipsqueak. Oh? Not an I'd say definitely more visual novel, because RPGs... Actually, wait, correct me if I'm wrong. Doesn't it have some kind of... I think it has some kind of combat element in there, right? Also, holy heck, I forgot. Ash put me in that skirt. Oh god, I'm glad that skirt wasn't any shorter. Otherwise, I would be in trouble with Twitch terms of service. Let's see. And I saw a question on YouTube. Red Wolf, what's your favorite season? I'm a winter dragon. I love the cold. I love the stark nothingness. Snow. The hushed sounds of just the world muted. Everything stopped. And just wind on your face. As you just look out on the abyss. Winter is beautiful to me. And it also certainly helps that I don't have to worry about overheating that time of year. Even if you've ever felt my breath, with a little diamond dust to help you drift away into your dreams. Cold. The cold is beautiful. So, winter is the season that brings me the most joy. Yes. So Max, I saw yours as well. That was a Speaking of things, Dandelion, I just saw what you're doing, stretching out the long cat. Long cat. Long. Miku Zetta? Am I going to be Brazilian Miku? Am I going to be dancing in the now past Carnival? Oh my god, am I going to be collaborating with Baby No Money? Just all of a sudden with Miku Zetta, like, what is it? Going down Brazil, doing things in Brazil. I can't think of what Baby No Money writes, but he loves to sing in quarter notes, rap in quarter notes with an EDM beat. Something like that. Anyway, Baby No Money, hire me, please. Sugar Daddy, Baby No Money, let me know anything you want. I will give it to you happily. But, Query, what are my thoughts on the piece that you're working on? Danny, I just enjoy it. That's a fun one. I have no critiques about that. It's a funny scenario where, okay, for anyone who's not familiar, I don't think I've I gotta check and see if I have posted that one. But so Danny's been working on a piece. I think I know which one you mean. The one of me dragging Ash away. And I just think it's funny. Funny scenarios. I love how y'all have just created scenes of smug me doing something where it's like, no, we're leaving now. Come on, it's time for bed. Go to bed. I'm dragging you off and then giving you a goodnight kiss so you rest on your forehead, of course. Unless there's a special request for something else. But anyway. Mihaitsune. I see. What? Oh, yeah. An heiress. So I'm in your insomnia arc. Oh, just got it out from your head. It's so funny when talking about old commercials like that, because when you mentioning, I forget the candy even, but just knowing that Japanese series of commercials where it tells a story from commercial to commercial of long man. And, man, what a twist. How old is that commercial nowadays? I think that's over like 6 or 7 years, I want to say. And Zoe, have a wonderful night. May you have sweet dreams, good rest, and until you return, good night. Mihai and Ava. Ava? Which... Is there not sure who Ava. Do you mean a certain Ava? Do I know an Ava? I know of a character. Oh. Well, that is a crossover of universes. I would almost be worried. At that point, I feel like I'm almost jumping in and intercepting. At that point, I'm interfering with romance. Well, because if we're talking that Ava, there's certainly a pairing that I would do my best to, well, there's certainly a pairing that I prefer, being familiar with that Ava. But yeah. I'd not want to get in the middle. I know there's no formal relationships in that particular series, but there's one that I cheer on, hoping that he gets something of a happy ending. Or at least a moment of happiness. Just to feel like there is some value to his life. But I hope. Yeah. My mind was just in a tangle right now, just thinking about hoping for happiness and romance. What he needs are people who actually appreciate him. But that's not here nor there. Angel, I don't fly per se, but I can float a little bit. I've got a very light step. Just a little bit of a dreamy bounce. So, certainly helps to be able to walk quietly so that I'm not waking anyone. Otherwise, a 6'10" dragon is not exactly the smallest guy walking through a place.
Good boy.
So having a very light step and just a bit of a float is nice so that no one needs to hear, can move quietly and let everyone rest. Oh, thought you had issues with PC audio and then just realized Twitch is muted. Lol, whoops. Big mood. Bounce. A little bit. Certainly not the bouncing on it some people would think of. But, well, no comment. But, just to have a light step. Be able to get a little off the ground. Don't necessarily need to fly. Just nice to have a light walk. And Zora, may you have a beautiful night. May you have sweet dreams. And as you drift down into the peaceful abyss, may the darkness give way to the light of your inner heart and reveal the most beautiful visions that fill you with warmth and a smile. May those visions guide you back to the waking world. And so until we meet again, until you return to the Zetaplex, good night. Walk silently in your tall form, eh? I see. Certainly is nice. Just nice to have a light walk. I know some people just like to stomp all everywhere that they go. I like to not make too much noise. There can be times to make noise. Ooga booga! Hi, Titzel. Good morning. We were just talking about your and Ash's collab that you were doing.
What's going on?
with our game night. Just mentioning, unfortunately, it's a little sad from the angle, but love how you gave me the Gambit special for my slumming around clothes. Miku pigtails. I'm gonna be honest with you, Dandelion. While I'm not fond of pigtails are a signature Miku thing. So it's just like, pigtails are just part of the look. If Ghost can sneak around despite being 6'4", the human personification of Charizard can have a soft foot. I'm like an ice... What would I describe myself as? Maybe like an ice psychic Charizard? Maybe that kind of works? I don't know. So many freaking Pokemon I'm going, I think that feels like the closest thing. And you got a sword. All you need is a little courage and a big, big sword. I know, I love how there's so many ways to break down me, where either y'all saying like ice type Charizard, either like a Charizard or Glamrock Freddy and Bowser. I don't know if I necessarily... I don't know. I feel like I'm turning into a dad if all of a sudden I'm embodying Glamrock Freddy like, Gregory, get inside my chest. You can rest there and recharge until 6 a.m. I will keep you safe, Gregory. And then you can find Roxy's OnlyFans password. You need it, Gregory. I know it'll be sus, but so on and so forth. And Trinity Todoroki, may you have a beautiful night. May you have restful dreams. And as you drift away into a peaceful abyss, may your mind be filled with warm, relaxing visions that wash over you. So, until you return to the Zetaplex. Good night. One of your favorite wrestlers retired. Thank you, AJ Styles. Man, wrestling, that's something I've not watched in a long, long time. I wouldn't even know where to jump in. There's so much lore in wrestling from everyone, their particular characterizations, the heels and how they play things. I certainly did enjoy the glam rocks myself, so... I think you were here when I was talking about the other night, where all of a sudden it's just, and let's talk about how much I love the glam rocks. Even, quote, least favorite of the bunch is still a clear favorite. There's been some times where I looked at a particular design of one of the FNAF characters in a particular game and just went, ugh, nope, not liking that. Ugh, that just, ugh. That I'll say, Glamrock Chica is easily my favorite of the bunch for all the chicas out there. And I really appreciate that it felt like they gave her something. What do I say about Chica? Because I know I didn't like the fun time Chica stuff when they went into that. I understood. I don't know. I have complicated thoughts on Chica and feel like they're... Ooh. No minis? Let me refund that to you, because that looks like it did not go for some reason. Why did that not go? Uh-oh. Oh, no, did my tits break? Hold on. Tiny. I was going to say, just don't get me in trouble if anything all of a sudden pokes out from under a skirt. Keep the skirt long enough for decency. Otherwise, we got to move this to Fansley. Let's see. Hold on. Why are you not working all of a sudden? My connection break? Nope, you're still working. All right, I will. Hang tight. I will fix my tits. Let me just get myself situated. Why are you not redeeming? I might just have to... Well, I mean, I gotta get myself reoriented. Otherwise, y'all are trying to play with my tits and just... You're not making contact, you're just reaching out and getting air. Alright, let's see what we got here. Come on. Oh, there we go. Alright, connection, you're working. I am trying to experiment with some stuff with Zetaton, so that might be... You're behaving, don't worry. Well, and if you're not, by all means enjoy, just make sure to use the other tag. Teehee. Can you sit in my voluminous moobs? Possibly. I can make some magic happen. Let me just see. Redemption rewards. Refund. Let's get that working. Where are you? Manage requests. All right. Oh, why are you starting from the oldest? Give me the new ones. Come on. Strange. Why is it going from the oldest ones? Holy heck, y'all have done a lot of redeems. Uppies? I will slip in to give you some uppies once I figured out exactly. All right. You get that back. You get that back. You get that back. Mark the rest is complete. And I am going to see what is happening. Zetaton, darling. Bro. Always run. All right, let's fix those up. Snack? Long snack that you made? 07 scuff. Yeah, much as I'd love to say scuffs never happen, there's always a chance of something going a little sideways. Let's see. Y'all are redeeming stuff. Stuff's not going. Let's find out.
Mihai, get the banana.
There we go. All right, I refunded everything that did not go through. Oh my.
You're welcome.
Long, thick snack that you made. Well, and you know,
Good boy.
sometimes, thank you. Yeah. Sometimes I've been experimenting to try and make things work a little bit better. Get into some more stuff with the, try to figure out how to automate things a certain way. Ow. But I've had a few. Sometimes it doesn't quite work out as you were hoping, so, you know, show must go on. I'm so glad y'all still love me, even when I'm a worm. Mo, sitting in a moob, is that a possibility? Okay, but do not bite them. That is one thing where I will ask, please, do, well, if you do bite. If you do bite, I probably have to move this to Fansly. But, let's see, where are you? Where are you, Dandelion? Y'all are lucky. I don't normally do 2 uppies in a stream. Where is that gato? Let's see. There you are. Up you go. Actually, hold on for a second, so I can actually see things correctly. There you go. You get a nice, comfy resting place. Thank you. Arms and ankles, good. I'm not gonna judge anyone who does like being bit there, but it is a bit sensitive. Even if I'm a Dandadan death worm. I actually need to watch Dandadan one of these days. Emotes look like emo mode, lol. So yes, if anyone... You're welcome, Blue Rose. I'm now yours. So yes, just make sure you're gentle if any of you do like biting movies. They are quite sensitive. Now to the void with your kitty body. Yeet! Away you go. From in the depths, the folding canyons. And then we can smell a fish together. What? Why fish again? Why fish? Y'all throwing fish at Jay. Y'all think my smell does change a little bit depending on who I encounter, but at least from what I've heard, most people say it reminds them of orange zest. Fish smell. Can't believe y'all. Can't believe y'all. Fish. I don't know. Well, hopefully I smell like a delicious crab cake, at least in that case. Throw fish at Floral. Oh, no. Throwing fish at Floral when he's doing art? Can't believe that. I can't believe y'all. Anytime you get an art streamer, you throw fish at them. Why do you throw fish at the artists? You throw fish at the fishman, you throw fish at the catman. Everyone getting fish thrown at them. Like a lobster roll. Aha, interesting, interesting. Bat? Bat? Help Floral set up tits today, and he is a happy lion indeed. Oh, ow! 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 Rude, Tuxel. Rude. I was gonna... And thank you for the bits, Azrael. Yet, just go with it, Angel. It's a dream world. I still will object to the fish allegations. But at least I'll say, it could be worse. I count my blessings that I'm not accused of having a cloaca. I can certainly prove otherwise, but I would get suspended by Twitch if I did. Smiles big and wide. Ah, fish. Everyone going on about... I can't believe you. I'm gonna tell Jay on you. I'm gonna tell Jay. Jay, they still say you smell like fish. And they say that all of your VTuber children and or client children smell like fish. Shake ass, smell a fish. Why? And, I mean, the nice thing about Jay, commissioning him as an artist, shout out, of course, for any of y'all who do not follow Jay. He normally streams late on Thursdays and Sundays. Let's get Jay in there. If you're not following him, go check out his stuff. He's got some really cozy art streams. Good vibe all around. Good production value. And just nice guy. Just a nice guy. And also, all of his art, he makes everyone hot. So, very good artist. I think he's going to open his commissions around, he says March last I checked. So, either you could get his little goobs shaking ass, or you can get art. And, yes, like a good artist, he makes everyone hot. You did set as your profile picture. Yep. So yes, I guess, Blue Rose, that means you do smell a fish. If we all smell a fish from Jay working some magic. I know, everyone lining up to get a goob. Everyone wants to shake ass alongside Jay's goobs. Just the music cranks up. You just hear Phoenix, and suddenly everyone goes into sicko mode. Just shake, 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 wag, 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 wag. You say you smell of tuna fish. And hello, Taylor. Welcome in on the YouTube side. Either goob or bean. I'm saving up for the bean. I got a little longer before I can get the bean. But not the goober jail. Don't tell Jay. Jay, I'm going to mess. Jay, I'm messaging him right now. There it is. It looks like he's online. Your goobs are misbehaving and claiming you and I and Blue Rose and all of your commissioned children smell of fish. Enter.
Good boy.
Smiles make it wide. I lie. Did you not hear the ASMR typing? Mihai Tsune Miku.
Poppy, poppy, pop, pop, beep, pop. Poppy, poppy, pop, pop, beep, pop.
Something, something, Miku, Miku.
世界で一番の姫様
So on and so forth. He can punish you? Oh no. Oh no, let's see. Put it in that fan art folder. There we go. We get new Miku. We get the long cat. Stretch the cat. Gato lungo. I forget how to say long in Spanish, so I'm just going to mash it up with Italian. I can't send you to the goob jail, not again. Too bad. Ha 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 ha. Let's see. Let's do a quick little refresher. Add the folder back in there. Make sure we got the right fan art folder. There we go. Gato! Long, long cat! How shiny Jay's head. I know. Broski got polished bald whenever he ends up bald. Teehee. Oh, my. Sorry about your Minecraft question. What was your Minecraft question? I did not see your Minecraft question. Was there a Minecraft question? I don't think I saw a Minecraft question on YouTube. Oh. Did that break again? What's going on, Tits? Tits, why are you acting up on me? Hold up, let me try something. Get better, Tits? Yeah, I guess I do need an upgrade. What is going on here? I will get... Still collecting his weaves? I know, I got so many weaves at this point. Tits said, nah, man. Alright, give me a sec. I will fix that up. I'm also going to restart StreamerBot, because StreamerBot is... I think the issue is StreamerBot is acting up. Because I use the two programs to connect everything And I think what's happening is my attempt to automate some of the stuff did not work right. So, give me a sec. Hello, Void. Hello for a second. And so, I saw a question, how did I make my 2D VTuber? So, Kiana, my VTuber was made by OJ on YouTube, or on Twitch. Great artist, awesome to work with. And so, he made me up where I can come to you using, in my case, PNG Tube Remix. So that I can be able to get nice and animated and bring a show to life. Good night? Why good night? Por qué good night? Let me see something now. Check this out. Can I download myself? There we are. Okay. So, once again, manage the requests, refund. Mark is complete, mark is complete. Reject you, reject you. There we go. Yeah. Perfect. Look at Showcase. There's something new in Is that what I think it is? Oh my god. All right, no, that is too adorable. I need to throw that into the mix. Let's see, add some reactions in there. And of course, if anyone's wondering, pulling stuff from the Discord, pulling stuff from the Discord, get pipe foxed. Oh my god. All right, let's do a little refresher. Add that back in there. Get that right. Make sure it's the right directory. Long cat. Let's see. Suddenly, so we got Dandelion who had just dropped Mihatsune Miku, and then Leona just dropped a pipe fox. A pipe fox you can't get rid of. He's yours forever. There is no end in sight for us, nothing could measure the kind of strength inside our hearts, it's all connected. We're all together in this world, don't you forget it. We're all connected in Pipe Fox. Ooh, ooh. And you collar me for that. Amazing, amazing. So Taylor, it depends. There might be some. Yeah, I'm not seeing the question. If it is, well, there are certain things that I do have blocked in chat, so that might be why something isn't showing up. But I'm not sure why it would not be showing up otherwise. Normally I get a notification if something is held, but I'm not sure why that's going on. I mean, if it's about Minecraft in general, then yeah, I'm not sure what's happening. What in the Pipe Fox effect connected? I know, right? Just have a Pipe Fox puzzle game. I know, Eris, I think you're still here. I was still just really enjoying seeing your work develop over the years. Yawn. Just the yawn of a dragon before drifting off. I appreciate seeing all the stuff you do. And that includes the original stuff as well. While I do show the fan art, create art. Create all the things that you enjoy. Here's a hammer to fix it. Well, I mean, that message showed up. Zettaton is either high, electro drunk, or glitch broken, or all of the above. Bat.
Mihai Tsunemiku. Ara ara.
I mean, there's certain things that if they involve... There are certain questions that if they involve individuals who are banned from the Zetaplex or otherwise unwelcome, those might be filtered. But fortunately, there's not many of them. That. Because I think there are some things that YouTube will hold in general. I have nothing to say about those people. But,
Good boy.
Yes. Wi-Fi probably drunk. Well, that's no good. That's... Yeah. I'm always happy to talk tech, and we could get into... tech. Oh. And Dandelion, may you have a wonderful night. May you have restful dreams. And as you drift away into a peaceful abyss, may you feel the warmth of your heart just flow out and fill your visions with peace and happiness. So, may that warmth become a light that will guide you back to the waking world. And until you return to the Zetaplex, good night. Drunk Wi-Fi. All of a sudden, it's just swaying back and forth.
Welcome, dreamer.
And hello, Cookie Beans. Welcome, welcome. I hope you enjoy yourself. Make yourself comfortable. Drunken Wi-Fi, yes, where it's just wandering between the channels. All of a sudden, it's like, I think I found a connection. I contacted Ookla and all of a sudden said, you know, I believe that right now I've got a connection to the outside world. I can give you 1 gigabit of speed right now as we talk. Would you like that? Savvy gigabyte of speed. No, I think I just dropped it. You will bite this cage. You cannot I cannot contain you forever. Oh my god. But, yes, always happy to fix up drunken Wi-Fi. While I love to provide dreams, I also do love a good puzzle. Especially when it steps into tech. Stretch my tail? Good idea. I was gonna say, and I enjoyed seeing that, Angel. That's a very sweet piece that you did as a little tribute, or as a tribute for your grandma. So, I hope, well, knowing the emotion behind it, I hope that it's something that she is at peace. And that your memories of her will always be happy. Get a little stretch in there. It's funny how it ends up. Time adds up very fast. I was debating if I wanted to try a new demo or jump around to something today. There we go. Bars go up and down. Oh. Because sometimes it's just a weird connection. Or you might just have a piece of equipment that you need to replace. Especially with Wi-Fi, there's a lot of things that they just are not designed to actually work well, but... Thank you for that. Always a good reminder to stretch, unshrimp. Just got peak, and we got agile again. Oof. Oof. Possible art prompt being, what would our room look like in the Zetaplex? So, since my little home sweet home is quite endless, and with a little power of the mind can resemble whatever you are looking for, with whatever desires you wish to bring to life, it's hard to say. Given I certainly do love decorating with a lot of laser lights, crystals, things that bring just colorful, dreamy vibes. But it can take on a flavor of its own. You could step into a world and it's like stepping out to a beach. You could step into another room and it's like a liminal space that just happens to be a single pool, nothing else, and just endless tiles. You could step into another room and it's like the Honeybee Inn in Final Fantasy VII. The original one. So, there's many things that you can see in this world. And it really just depends on what do you wish to bring to life from your mind? What brings you happiness in this world? Chat has been very behaved today. It's weird. Aside from saying I smell like fish. The penthouse. After looking at the whole room, there's a bar. You're like, oh yes. Well, I certainly like to provide everything that I can as a good host. A restful environment. A soothing drink. A place to sit, to chill, to look. Something that's pleasant for all the senses. And that does not smell like fish. But anyway. Maybe a little bit of bromine. But I try to keep anything as clean as possible so that it won't overwhelm anything. Because there's certainly a fine line between a stimulating sensation and a sensation where you just go, nope, that's too much, that's too much, that's too much. So, but the magic of a dream world is you can certainly have a little bit of fantasy logic to make it look like exactly what you're looking for. Purring. Looking for a little purring. Yeah, can I get a trill in it right now? There we go. Just a little bit. All of a sudden I'm going, oh, I feel like I need to work on that one. Growls are a little bit easier. Purring, because you have to get that half sea dragon. So I'm afraid, well, Taylor, I'm a dream dragon. While there is a lot of water in my world, amidst all of the other things around here, I wouldn't associate myself with the sea. If anything, you more see just endless nothingness if you ever step out of this world. Admittedly, depending on which direction you head in. There is one threshold that if you do go past it, you can't come back. So I would just advise you to be very careful if you do walk in that direction when you come into my world. I want to make a place where you feel like you can stop, you can explore, and when you're ready to go back. I will try to always advise someone from walking too far into that direction where they might cross that threshold. But that's a story for another day. Oh, and back on with the collar. Y'all like, nope, come back to us. Behaving in your goober cage. I feel like all of a sudden, man, I hate that I would be stealing it from Jay, but all of a sudden there's Goob Baby Jail. What's happening right now? Oh, seeing some stuff on Bandcamp. All right. To your cavern I go with your plushies. Oh no! Don't turn me into a marketable plushie! No! Anything but that! Heck. Be in the corner with your little pongo. Goob Baby Jail. Which of course might cause... It reminds me of a story. Someone basically claimed a hate crime happened. Years ago, I think it was 2 or 3 years ago. Katsucon. Big convention in the Washington, D.C. area. Heard about it in the waking world. So, there was a story where Katsucon happened. And Katsucon is a very large convention. Definitely in the 5 figures. I want to say there's somewhere between 10 and 20,000 people right now. Huge. And at a massive hotel called the Gaylord National. So Katsucon happens, and some con goers like to get up into a little trouble. Particularly Katsucon, for some reason, has had its issue with people who get up to trouble. Like the convention was banned from a hotel in DC many years ago because people were vandalizing the rooms, which, of course, people want to ruin it for everyone. But so the next week, or a week or two later, there was another event. I think it might have even been CPAC, what's called the Conservative Political Action Conference. And so someone found a sticker that said in the room that said gay baby jail. And it made national news because they claimed it was a hate crime. Not realizing that, Katsucon happening about a week or two prior to that, some shitlord who, of course, admittedly vandalized property by putting a sticker there, but is putting a sticker that is a fairly clear reference in meme culture to a phrase where, all right, if you're in trouble, you're put in gay baby jail. And bless their heart, the person who felt threatened by it. Not looking into any context, but just clutching their pearls like, oh my god, I can't believe they would do something like that. Oh, what a terrible thing. Dude, it's an internet meme. Don't overthink it. But also, I'd say maybe generally don't vandalize things. It just leads to problems. Next thing you know, someone draws the inside of the goober jail and you see you in the corner biting the bars of the cage. I love how some of y'all are just very bitey for some reason. Just nyom. You bite the dragon, you bite the cage. Just don't go leaving any tooth marks if you're wandering around the Zetaplex. Otherwise, I feel like I'm going to have to put the Switch cartridge anti-biting spray on everything. Hey, you do bite. I didn't say everyone chomping me. Chat's 50-50 like Nia Chat. I don't bite. Hey, don't accuse me of biting. Roseboy Requiem. I bite. Oh my. Just make sure y'all negotiate a safe word in case y'all start biting. Teehee smiles big and wide. But you don't bite. I feel like this is the meme. There's no need to be afraid of me. I don't bite. Well, yeah, but do you stab? I don't bite. Who's this rabid lynx in the Zetaplex here? If anything, just always stop if you're foaming at the mouth. Just be like, no, don't worry. What would foam if you ate it? I'm trying to think about that. Generally, you don't want things to foam if you've consumed them. Whipped cream? Do I know an anime called 100 Girlfriends who really, really, really love it? I'm afraid I don't. Admittedly, something like 100 Girlfriends almost sounds like a harem or possibly a hentai, which I go, I don't think it's my taste. 100 Girlfriends, what is this? The 100 Girlfriends who really, 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 really love you. Uh-huh. Okay, so it is a seinen series. I don't know how I feel about that though. I'm looking at Wikipedia and just it looks like it's got some waifus in it. Hot take. I don't like the anime aesthetic of women who are designed to look very underage. Not my type. Just no. Now, on the other hand, Roxanne Wolf, my queen, you are appreciated. But just that's one thing that, it's old as the tale of time. But if something has an excessively moe aesthetic of characters who are designed to look much younger than they are. And there are some exceptions, like Rumiko Takahashi, who really popularized a lot of chibi characters. So you could have cute characteristics, even on characters like Lum, from Urusei Yatsura, where she's an adult. She's a mature woman. I forget, in fact, I think as a space alien, she's even considered quite old. I feel like the characters from there, I gotta remember Urusei Yatsura, how the ages worked. But there's just something about that a lot of creators, when they lean into something with characters looking stereotypically cutesy in that anime way, it really rubs me. It makes me uncomfortable. Because it almost feels like it's this infantilizing look. Hot take. Hot take on just moe and the waifu aesthetics of a lot of anime and manga. You're good. It's not to say anything bad about it. I'm just commenting on it. So I'm not judging you one way or another. Everyone enjoys their anime as long as we're not talking about something that is creepy. I'm just saying this is not my style. There are certainly some things where all of a sudden I might give you a leer. Like if someone walked up to me and said, "Hey, my favorite anime is Boku no Pico." Bro, we need to talk. But short of that. Oh boy. Talking about anime where it's just As a wise sage once said, anime was mistake. Nothing related to what we were talking about as you see the Mihai and DM collar sketch. I have to do a cleaner version of it. I know, just ending up in the get along collar. Everyone always ends up in the get. Somehow I'm always one of the ones in the get along collar. I'm just going, why is it that I'm the one in the get along collar? I mean, okay, I'll be a smug nerd about things. In fact, I think normally it's people's punishment they end up close. Speaking of the get along collar, naughty cat boy, who's in bed right now probably. But let's see. Debating if I want to pull out a game for a little bit. Look through some of the demos I'd gotten. Ooh. It's fine in the corner like that. Posted 2 pictures of energy drinks that only those familiar with Fairy Tail will get. I see. Cobra and Sting. Interesting. So I had not watched much of Fairy Tail. I know that voice actor I sound like had worked on a tiny bit of Fairy Tail once upon a lifetime ago. Interesting. Dreamlight Valley, they added a Lady in the Tramp realm. Ooh. So I was thinking actually of something new, maybe. There's a demo of a game. I had a few people who actually reached out either to check out some games or there's a few demos. Like there's one called Densh Attack, where you're basically surfing a train. Fairy Tail mentioned. I forget the name of it. I know a bunch of people in the waking world have actually... Tren. Le train. I know a bunch of people who, in the waking world, who had gotten tattoos of Fairy Tail because they had really close emotional ties to it. Drink. Pocahontas? ¿Qué? Dreamlight Valley Disney. I'm like, there was another Valley game I was thinking of. I'm like, wait a minute. Why are you still acting up? My tits broke again. Welcome, dreamer. But before I get too much farther while I fix my tits, welcome the Bay Harbor Bussy Bandits. Make yourself comfortable. I feel like I need to make a joke about that, but I apologize that I'm not thinking quickly on my feet enough. But just be nice about stealing people's bussies. They do need those after all. Smiles big and wide. Why is it so hard to say the word rough 2 times in a row? Rough. A woo? Rough? I feel like this is a joke to get me barking like a dog. Rough. A woo. Sleep paralysis demon or dream guardian? I would normally say... Well, anyway, I'm gonna fix my tits now that I've been collared. Try to keep me on the rails. Alright, tits, what's going on? I gotta research what's going on. Let's de-authenticate and try authenticating again. Get you all. Great success! I'm still gonna restart just in case. Although... Nope. Let's see. Okay, there we go. Let me just refund that. Manage request. Who did not get a request that was redeemed? Let's see. Mark is complete. Blue Rose, give that back to you. Complete the rest. Swag. Man, I don't know what is going on with this today. Hopefully that fixes it up. Still drink your water. None, yes. Even if the redeem did not work. When chat says drink and be hydrated, you bitch, I comply. So yeah, maybe a little bit of gaming tonight. Just to change up the vibes. Gotta keep y'all on your toes. So anyway, rough. Repair the tits, fix the tits, support the tits! Sometimes just out of your control. They just like to flop around and just not be under control. Some people like it when tits flop. Some people like it when tits are just like unnecessary jiggle physics as it was. In fact, for some reason, I don't know what it was. I was on TikTok, which of course, all right, so TikTok is owned by evil overlords nowadays. It goes from the Chinese evil overlords to US corporate evil overlords. And all of a sudden, it's just giving me recommendations. And I'm looking at it going, these recommendations are something. So first I see Tenna Deltarune. Cool, fine. Then I see... Okay, you know, let me actually look at this. Because all of a sudden, I just had a massive brain fart as I was trying to think. Let's see. Got some image references. But so I'm trying to figure out what's happening where, okay. The recommendations at the top. You might like Ralsei Fluffy Boy. Unnecessary jiggle physics. Taking off Panteens for women. And knotted furry toys. And I'm just looking at this like, what? What are these recommendations? TikTok, what are you saying? I see the Sussbrow TikTok. What are you getting at? I'm just like, one, okay, so people are apparently looking up knotted furry toys on TikTok, which I'll tell you if that's your thing. Make sure to stretch beforehand. But, nani? Que? Quoi? Was? What? The TikTok shop giving you, yeah, that's, so, okay, so they actually do, that does show up there. Interesting. I've never looked at the TikTok shop because I assume it's just all junk. But the fact, probably lasts like only 2 uses anyway. But, did I know that there's a town somewhere in the world called Letitz? Or Letitz. How is it pronounced? Where is it? I gotta look this up now. A town called Lititz. Oh, Lititz, Pennsylvania. Okay. So, minor correction just because of a well, actually. Lititz. But it is funny to missay it as Lititz. Yeah, Lititz, Pennsylvania. I am familiar with that. I had to think about that for a second going, okay, but it's around Lancaster, so that I do know. I've had some people from my travels who have told me about Lancaster. Close to the Strasburg Railroad, in fact, I think. But that's another story. Accidental swipe, just kid. But anyway, before getting too far into everything. Actually, a news blooper. Nice. You know, someone might have been a little cheeky of that, where it's just like, ah, yes, the town of... Well, hold that thought for a second. Naya-chan, may you have a beautiful night. May you have sweet dreams. And as you rest and recharge and get ready to drift away into a peaceful abyss of your mind, may your dreams light your path back to the waking world, so that you may be able to return and have the strength to go on for another day. So, until you return to the Zetaplex, good night. Lancaster County, Pennsylvania. Lancaster County, Pennsylvania has some of the sussiest places in the United States. So, in this case, Lititz, which you can goof around and be like, Lititz. You travel through Intercourse, Pennsylvania, passing by Blue Balls, Pennsylvania, and stop in Bird in Hand, Pennsylvania, on your way to Paradise, Pennsylvania. Pennsylvania Dutch country. They certainly got creative. And if you want, you can take a short detail. Yes, I'm not kidding. Blue Balls, Pennsylvania is an actual town. So Sussex. Actually, where is Sussex, Pennsylvania? Sussex, Pennsylvania. Let's see, where is Sussex? Let's see, Sussex. Where is Sussex, Pennsylvania? I was going to say I know of Sussex County, New Jersey. Interesting, I did not know of a Sussex. I mean, there is Sussex County, Delaware, and you could always detour. You could always detour after you go to Intercourse, Pennsylvania, passing through Blue Balls, Pennsylvania. You could always go a little too far and end up in Accident, Maryland. Some of the old names on the East Coast are unhinged. You could name anything, it is a town. True. Because you could take an entire tour of European capitals in the state of Texas. Bat's making an appearance. That you can go from Paris, Texas to Vienna, Texas. Let me think of some of the other ones for a second. I feel like there's a London, Texas in there. A lot of different ones. Oh yes, Italy, Texas. That's another one outside of the Dallas area. All sorts of towns. It's like traveling around the world, but you can stay in the state of Texas. Because who would ever want to leave Texas? One French village that has an interesting name, but you feel like you will get banned from Twitch. Oh my. Leominster. Leominster, Massachusetts, but it's actually Leominster? Oh, I see how that works. Minster and Sturs, C-E-S-T-E-R towns have those interesting British pronunciations. Or anything with a stir. Just look at it and go, okay, you're gonna be hearing some British bullshit. Whether it's Leominster, where they just drop the O, or it's Worcester, where they drop the R, or you have, I was going to say Gloucester, at least is pretty straightforward. Gloucester. And hello, Jesse. Welcome in. Good morning. How you be today? No, Tuxel. So I see that town. I'm trying to think. There's a joke you're about to drop on me by what this town's name is. Because I was about to, when we were talking about sussy town names, I missed, Gloucester? I was going to say Gloucester, that is how you would say that one. Gloucester, Worcester, like Worcestershire. Worcestershire. Oh my god, I almost butchered it. Worcestershire, where, yeah, I gotta look that up, what Combon means. And hello, Carmen, welcome in. But, where is it saying? I'm getting all jumbled up right now. Can drive 12 hours in Texas and still be in Texas. This is true. Yeah, Worcester is correct. Gloucester is how you would say that one. And Worcestershire, just one of those British phonetic bullshit. Worcestershire. Worcestershire, Worcestershire. And, yeah, Leominster, but it's... Oh, I see the joke now. Tixel just mentioning this one town's name. I feel like that you could get away with, because I was thinking of a similar one where many people have made jokes about fucking Austria. The town of Fucking, or Fucking, I think it would be, yeah. Wash your sister's sauce. Oh no. Really? That's how they say Gloucester up there. Gloucester. Interesting. So, little phonetic lesson for those who know of some places in the waking world. So, in New England, typing this in chat. Gloucester. Pronounced as, and thank you for the bits, Stormy Sky. I apologize that the bits don't actually get yeeted if they are under 100, but thank you very much for that. First, Gloucester. Oh, they throw in, oh, that is interesting. But stormy sky, may you have a beautiful night. May you have restful dreams. And as you drift away into a peaceful abyss, may you feel the warmth of your heart radiate through your body and fill you with wonderful visions of light and color that can guide you back to the waking world. So, until you return to the Zetaplex, good night. So, Carmen, we're discussing interesting place names right now. Duranus. Oh my god. I almost feel like there needs to be an apostrophe in there just so you can get Duranus in there. Of Uranus. So, Hühnergeschrei. Chicken cry. Nice. Hühnergeschrei. Interesting. I'm curious where that is in Austria. But so name places, as we're talking about funny things like that. So, Gloucester, as I had written there. Apparently it in New England is pronounced Gloucester. Gloucester would be how they pronounce it in New Jersey. Gloucester City, Gloucester County. I think in Virginia they do the same as well, as they had the Duke of Gloucester that is a character who is referenced in Colonial Williamsburg. So, Showcase, something new in Showcase. But then as we're talking about Worcestershire, or, nice. Two pipe foxes. that to the folder for the rotation. Oh my god. 2 pipe foxes, 1 overgrown dirgman, and 1 sweet boy who just needs some happiness. But, like, Lancaster, Pennsylvania. But then there is Lancaster, Texas. There are so many funny ways, and just ways in which you get different local pronunciations depending on where you are, whatever the local dialect might happen to be. Language fascinates me. So I always love hearing when people have something interesting to bring as a story. No. Oh my god. Just thinks he tastes a town called Ratten. Sometimes people just come up with a name and you just go, why did you choose that? Why not? Like Hell, Michigan. Who would want to live in a town called Hell? But nonetheless, someone with a very silly sense of humor came up with Hell. You get Hell, Michigan. You get Paradise, Pennsylvania. Or you'll get something that's just butchered. Like, if you've ever seen this town. Now, most people would probably look at that and go, Menchaca, which would phonetically make sense. It's pronounced like this. Manchac. Why? Who knows? Who knows? I couldn't even say. Yeah, I was thinking about that going, I feel like Sussex, because I know there's a Sussex County, Delaware, there's Sussex County, New Jersey, Essex, New Jersey. I felt like there's an X somewhere in there in Pennsylvania, but apparently not Sussex, PA. Your pronunciation of Derby. Do tell, silly goblin. Because I know there is a Derby. Oh, shucks. Hello, Lorelei. I hope that you've had a restful night, and, well, I appreciate you hanging out and lurking. So, be well. Have a wonderful night. I do hope that you have a good week. I know I saw you were working on your schedule for this week. Mr. Introverter here going, I know it'd be nice to do another collab sometime, and just going, let me get out of my own way so I can plan something. But do have a restful night and beautiful dreams. Good night. You want to see me look up Massachusetts town names and try to pronounce them? I mean, there's a few I do. So now that's also interesting because I have actually seen a town. There is a Derby. So I know there's Derby, but also having seen an actual town of Derby. And yeah, Massachusetts, I know they got some funky vowel shifts. Like outside of the Boston area, the town of Woburn, W-O-B-U-R-N. Why does it turn into oo sound? Because New England. And what is... I'm trying to think of some other funny things. Because you do have some which are pretty straightforward, like Framingham. That's what it is. You see it, you pronounce it, it's there. Cambridge. Now that I know is directly lifted from the Brits. So as far as I know, they still say Cambridge. Place in the Philippines where you can't say without sounding rude, but translates to Black Island. Because now, is it in Tagalog or are we talking Spanish? Because I know, at least in Spanish where you have negro and negra, just as long as it doesn't have any vowel shifts to resemble something that's considered a bit ruder in the English language. Yeah, Cambridge, I know, is pretty straightforward. A town named Misery, yeah, that checks out. Even some pronunciations. The U.S. state of Missouri. Duxel shared with me all the places in France where it's just, man. Bienvenue à Orgy, in the commune de Chevannes. Good night, Carmen. Go have fun. With the Camp de Beach. My God. The town of Le Tampon. Who wants to go to the town of the Tampon? Oh my God. Sometimes it's just, what were y'all coming up with? What were y'all thinking when you came up with names? Favorite Minecraft skin? That is a hard question, because I'm not sure exactly what you mean by a skin. Unless you mean almost using Chameleon Mod to get into, like, a mob form. Cousin getting married right on the Cape, 3 hours from where you live. So probably out, like, I was gonna say just Cape Cod, just in general. I was trying to think of towns out there, but the first thing I think of is Martha's Vineyard, the island that out there that every rich bitch high society socialite likes to go out to. But yeah, the word is Spanish. Okay, so negro, yeah, which it's Spanish for black. That's pronunciation is probably where you'll make the differentiator, since in English you add a different vowel, which makes it sound like, what's the best word of describing it? An out-of-date term that often had a derogatory racial context. But yeah, in Spanish, it's literally just black, negro. How the Cape curves inward. Oh, so you're just going around that Uzumaki part of Massachusetts, just all the way up to the tip that just spirals. I almost said tit. The tit of Massachusetts. How's that for a world? Oh yeah, especially for a lot of getaway beach regions. That's what a lot of people like, is they just go, there's just one route in and out, like the Hamptons in Long Island. You just go all the way out, keep driving. There is one major road that goes to all the Hamptons. And Montauk, way out there at the very end, before it's just water beyond that. ASL pun for microwave makes the hand sign for I and bend your pinky like you're waving, and it's microwave. Nice. Oh my God, that is that is cute. I love word puns. Plays like that. How would I pronounce these two words? Probably for me, I would say pepperell and Tyingsboro. Or, yeah, Pepperell and Tyingsboro. That's how I would guess those two are pronounced. Which is an assumption. That? Tingsboro. Okay. Fair. That I could definitely get. Tingsboro. Because now, Pepperell, okay. So you have a vowel shift there, as it sounds like a town in Texas called Coppell. So, Pepperell. Interesting. 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 Also have a Gartner. I see. Okay. So a Gartner, Massachusetts, or Gartner, because I feel like in some cases you get a D that turns into a T. Interesting. I was also looking back since Boylston. Now that one at least I think is pretty straightforward. But that's also just familiarity with a lot of British stuff. A whip. Some whips started. I see some plushies, Blue Rose. Interesting. 2 little plushies. One who looks like a fishman. One who looks like a little Durg. And one who looks like a big poof ball of something. Interesting. Who'd that be? Who'd that be? I'm curious who the big plushie is. Nice. And then just everyone, just pipe box. So much pipe box. But, what was I going to say about that? Ah, your ghost pet spirit. Okay. Look forward to seeing some more work on those then. Nice. Place names, vowel shifts. English is such a fascinating mess of a language. And the many varieties of everything. The many varieties of everything that you can end up hearing wherever you happen to travel. Fun stuff. Fun stuff. Let's see. I wonder, I'm feeling I might want to play a game for a little bit. Try out one of those demos. Oh, yeah. One time, Angel says, one time I played online and someone asked where I'm from. A mod gave you a warning because you had the name Kagayan, which has gay in there. Man, that's just... That is stupid. And I wish I knew what to say about that because, you know, it's BS. Like, there's a river, speaking of Pennsylvania, a river in Pennsylvania called the Schuylkill River. And it, being Dutch, has K-I-L-L as part of its name. So all of a sudden that's like saying, you put the word unalive in it. No, it's part of a Dutch word. You can't write it without having this set of letters. Sometimes you get moderation that just goes off the deep end. Like even there was a professor who was citing a Chinese onomatopoeia, which, as far as I understand, the word was basically N-E-G-A if you were to bring it into English. And as an onomatopoeia, it's a sound for something. But when you say it aloud, depending on, it sounds roughly like a derogatory racial epithet that you don't say in English. I'm not going to say it just in case something is happening, but N-E-G-A. Sound it out, you can probably guess what it sounds like. And this professor got a lot of flack because he's just making this onomatopoeia, saying it specifically in reference to this is a thing in Chinese. And there was a whole firestorm of people to get this guy to lose his job. And I think it might be in Korean too. So correct me if that is the case. But people who were accusing him of saying something he wasn't, literally seconds before that, is speaking about it in reference to speaking in Chinese. Oh yeah, Reading. Reading, Pennsylvania. That's another one that it just, for whatever reason, instead of how you can have read or read pronounced a different way depending on the tense. I read, I read. It doesn't change anything, but like that's how Reading, Pennsylvania is. That, I could believe that. Don't quote me as I do not know much Korean. Beside 감사합니다 and sumida being basically the standard ending, sumida being the equivalent of Japanese desu. The copula, as they'll call it. Basically, it is an affirmation of something. I feel like I need to send you all off to Almantas, what do you call it? Call it a night. I'm going on about language. Oh, he actually is live. Okay, maybe I will send you all off there by the end of the night. But, so that's kind of a thing of someone who saying something completely innocent, but then people trying to claim this professor was saying something he completely wasn't. And if you listen to any context, you would hear it. But got a lot of flack for it while demonstrating that, yes, this is a Chinese onomatopoeia. This is how you say it. And yes, of course, by all means, anyone needs to lurk, anyone needs to rest. I might introduce something because, sometimes Twitch engagement. Trying to make sure Twitch sees you, Twitch perceives you. So hopefully you count. I might introduce a little just refresher message, which of course, by all means, y'all lurk, y'all rest. I can ramble on for hours, so if you're enjoying yourselves, just breathe, close your eyes, and enjoy everything else. A town called Sandwich. Nice. I was trying to think of other silly names of places, because I know there's some I've definitely seen, and I'm drawing a blank right now off the top of my head. Yeah, we got Hell, Michigan, Intercourse, Pennsylvania, Accident, Maryland. What else is out there? Jersey just has weird stuff, like they have the town of Buna, not Buena, Buna. Or Manchac, Texas. What else is there? A lot of stuff in Texas is funny, where they either throw in an extra R or just anglicize it, like all of a sudden you're along the Guadalupe River. Guadalupe Street? There we are. Just come up with a silly name. Find a way to pronounce it. Just make a choice. Maybe we'll play a game for a little bit. I think go for maybe about another hour. I think that sounds like a good plan. But yeah, I'll say especially with New England, where they've got very English things. Or, I was trying to think if there's anything silly, because I know there's also a lot of Scottish names around. Like anything that's got a burg attached to it. GR, which, in Britain and Scotland, you end up getting borough, as it is. I don't think there's anything funny I could say about those, though. I'm trying to think about that. Harrisburg, Pittsburgh, town of Dundalk in Maryland, which tends to be funnier for other reasons, but that's a bit esoteric. Spent all your juicy jellies instead of only using just 2 attempts. Your chubby butterfinger. Oh no. All of your polls. F. Provincetown. So Provincetown I do know of. Provincetown being very well known as a particular vacationing spot. Gonna go work on a piece and figure out how to do my scales. So, if you ever need a reference, basically, just think of hexagons. Easiest way to describe my scales, just all hexagon patterns. Hexagons are beautiful, they tessellate so nicely. But, gonna go watch your older cousin get married. Well, hopefully they have a wonderful wedding. I imagine, I've heard Provincetown is, what's the word I'm looking for? I know it's a popular destination and definitely draws in some colorful communities. Similar to either Fire Island or what was I thinking of? Rehoboth, Delaware. But yeah, 3 hours, all in the state of Massachusetts. Just used a texture brush for your snack. Speaking of which, I was gonna say, you did release more snack. Where is little Caduceus? So Tuxel's been working on an ossification of Nostra from Renomator's work. And the Plague Doctor now has a snack. A cute little white danger noodle named Caduceus. So cute. And Pipe Fox, yes indeed. We've got Pipe Fox. I am the Pipe Fox you can't get rid of. Snack. Everyone likes a cute little snack. Make sure to boop the snack. Cute little danger-doodle boop. Little gentle boop. Tiny boop. What if you were drawn as each of the evolutions? Interesting. Interesting. I feel like there's some that would fit a bit better than the others. But YOLO. I'm up for see a fun little challenge. Leona drawing the Pipe Foxes. Leona got she got so many cute animals things that she brought in. She brought us bats. She now bringing Pipe Foxes. Just everywhere Pipe Foxes. They're everywhere. They're adorable. I can't get rid of them. I don't want to, but I can't get rid of them. It's the point. Dodecahedron for Jay's eyes. Nice choice. I didn't notice that. I have to look closer because I didn't notice you had done that for Jay, which very on brand for him. Broski, my VTuber papa, he loves D&D. So you mentioned dice. Of course, being one of the features of the stream, you can actually roll just a straight up D20. And possibly get timed out, depending on if you end up getting a nat 1. Flareon and Vaporeon. What of Jolteon, Espeon, Leafeon? So, it's so funny that I seem to get associated with a fire Pokemon. Because certainly I have a very cold breath. But I guess it's just the orange hair. So, I mean, I'm open-minded. Eevee, for as much as I'm an Unk Dragon when it comes to Pokemon, I appreciate the Eevees. And I feel like Vaporeon me would be on Fansly only, if anyone knows the dark joke behind Vaporeon. Fixing to say I'm like an Umbreon or a Glaceon, because I will roll with that. That? Maybe Jolteon with how I used to appear to you all. I feel like of any of them, Leafeon is probably the one that I think is not a match, but that's just because I don't feel like I have very Druid vibes. There's not a lot of natural life in the Zetaplex. I can certainly make something that resembles it if you ever come to visit and you want something like that in your room, but that's not quite my thing. I don't lean much towards Druid and natural life kind of things. You kind of like the fluffy Flareon. I mean, Flareon is a very cute version of an Eevee. Seen a fusion of Gourgeist and Rapidash. A winter druid. Just bringing cold. Because my aesthetic is much more around gems, crystals, colors, unusual lights, abstract, seeing beauty in the unnatural. But I'm open-minded when it comes to a fun design, though. Kind of want to see me pull up the Pokemon Fusion Generator and look up what certain fusions would look like. Maybe we could do that one of these times, because I've been thinking about some just internet watch-along games and content we could do. Like, there's a VTuber colleague who I enjoy watching a lot of stuff from, Leo Valorant. And I forget the exact name of it, but he plays a game that involves... Oh yeah, Jay is completely Vaporeon coded. I mean, Broski is so... Broski lives in the sea. So Vaporeon goes without saying for Jay. That is him, period. And I could agree with in Umbreon. Lucario and Spiritomb. Interesting. And I'll say for the Sweet Boy, since you mentioned him, he's very Eevee coded. I talked about this with that voice actor I sound like once who happened to voice him. And we decided that either he's an Eevee trainer, an Espeon trainer, or a Sylveon trainer. Because while the aesthetic of a Sylveon is different from him, what's core to his heart is love. And so we expect that he would probably, if he decided to evolve an Eevee that he had, there's a good chance that he would evolve his Eevee with love. And with all of the atypical, with it being an unusual type, and a type I think would also fit that it's judged by others as weak, quote unquote, not worth it. But he would love that Pokemon to death and defend it with his life. So that's what we felt if that Sweet Boy ever was an Eevee trainer. One of those three. Either there is a dark flavor, with it being Umbreon, or I think either Umbreon or Espeon. We kind of went back and forth about that one. But definitely Eevee and Sylveon. And at least stereotypes, because a Sylveon has a different kind of look to it. It's not an edgy Pokemon. It's a cute Pokemon. And correct me if I'm wrong, if fairy types actually happen to be very strong, but going off of stereotypes. And even some sad comics I'd seen at one point, which showed a trainer who was very unhappy because they ended up with a Sylveon because they ended up evolving it with love. But which Pokemon do I think matches me best? That, it's hard to say. Again, a lot of the Pokemon that I know, because Pokemon's not been very close to me for a long time. That to me, if I think of Pokemon, I think of Team Rocket. That's who I enjoy seeing from Pokemon.
Welcome,
rather than
dreamer.
And hello, Ruby Kibbles. Welcome in. Make yourself comfortable. We're just yakking on about Pokemon right now. Probably going to be playing a game in a moment, just for a little bit. We'll change pace, but make yourself comfortable. You're somewhat Jolteon coded. Is that so, Max? A little electric lynx? Let me see something. There we go. One from the 8th gen, you think I would fit being a Toxtricity. Or Toxtricity. I feel like you've mentioned that one before, Tuxel. I need to look back at Toxtricity just to remind myself. You're very shocking, if you say so yourself. Hey, yo. Inverted Draco. You've seen inverted Digime, but you've yet to see inverted Draco me. So what would inverted Draco me be? I'm curious just to make sure where we're going with inverted stuff. If that either looks like a full dragon form. Toxtricity. There's yellow, which is amped up, and the blue, which is low voltage. I see. Ah, thank you, Ruby. Welcome in. And Jesse asks, if you could make an anime character that looked like me and could put him in any anime show or movie, what would it be? Bazoomies! Hi, Galaxy Wolfstar. It's been a minute. Y'all putting a collar back on me. I can't believe y'all. That's a good question, Jesse, because I'm not sure if I would necessarily put a character who looked like me in a pre-existing show. I think because at that point, you're adding a character in who does not have a place in the story. So you could certainly push them in to be a prominent role, but I'm not sure if I want to necessarily marry Sue myself. So I feel like it would be something original. I think if... Okay. I'm going to throw this out there. And because I exist on a little bit different of a plane of existence. I know you all can come to my world. It's a little harder for me to come into yours. I'll put it that way. But I think if I were to break all the logic of my world and existence, I'm just going to say it. Panty and stocking. Panty and stocking. And of course, I have to have a transformation sequence. I don't know exactly what my music would be, but just imagine stepping into a world with fallen angels and obnoxious twink twins, and just suddenly have your moment and you hear, "Fly away now, fly away now, fly away, fly away now, fly away now, fly away," as you just step up to the pole and transform. "In the name of heaven, I'm gonna bust a cap in your ass!" So on and so forth. I think that would be fun. I think panty and stocking, just because if you get to have an insane and extremely sussy transformation sequence, like we fly away. The mod uppies. Oh, let me get you, Tuxel. Where you be, Tuxel? Let me get you. Where are you? Where are you? Switch back for a second. Where is that little fox? There you are. Up you go. Away you go to fly. What about if I could create an anime, game, or a show/movie? I would say game. Games are what's most dear to my heart. And so I would certainly say a game in all circumstances. Because a game can also connect with the player in such a way that the player puts themselves in the persona of whoever they're playing as. And I'm not sure if I would either put myself as the main character or someone you would encounter in that game, because that certainly gets into a lot of planning. But that, I think, would be the most fun option. And games, I love that games can hit people at such an emotional impact that because the player puts themselves... ads popped up, yes. So I would say I would make a game of all the options. Because with games, you can impact the player in a way that they put themselves in the shoes of whoever they're playing as. And it can leave an emotional impact very different and far beyond what either an animation or a movie can leave. Because at that point, you're engaging the player to be part of the story. So that would be my thought. Now, I'm not sure if I would either make myself a playable character or somebody would encounter, but that, I think, would be the nicest impact. If you were able to code and enhance, would be allowing mods. Oh, right. Oh my god. Just all of a sudden, Tuxel's little... Oh god, I was forgetting the name all of a sudden. Your little fox, Lulu. Lumi. Your little Lumi fox, Lulu. I had to think about that for a second. And hi, Azrael. Gifting another song. Oh my god. I said, hey. What's going on? And I say, don't cry out loud. So on and so forth. Your girl's son would be canon. Go forth, my girl's son. Make your girl father proud. You are the girl, Dad. Oh my god. Bueno. Flash bang your ears again. I should have that capped at about -6. Although I'm probably gonna look at changing that up sometime soon. I've been trying to get some ideas for what to do with that. Everyone was just intractable characters or NPCs. I mean, who knows, maybe one day, to cross over into another realm of creation. I'm always here for creation. Speaking of creation, I don't know if y'all have heard about the new VTuber MySpace called MyOshi, which I've been watching going, oh my god, so MySpace is coming back to life for all of the Unk VTubers. Which actually looks like a lot of fun. And everyone customizing their pages, just like classic MySpace, where if you knew a little HTML, you could completely break your page and just make a chaotic mess of stuff that was your own. Have me at 40, so the redeems for bits and gifts. Okay. I might turn them down a little bit lower, because at least I do try to cap them out so that they only hit a certain maximum volume. I might fiddle with those a bit more. But, so MyOshi, where it's a new site and I go, ooh, this would be fun to check out. I need an invite. Well, anyone wanna adopt a small little puppy who happens to be a fully overgrown dragon man? Maybe? Wait, hold on. What the? Ow! Ow. Thomas knew it was time to leave. Ow. Anyway, I'll be recovering from that concussion.
Good boy.
So, trying to... The one problem where it's like, ooh, let's check this thing out. And, oh yeah, crippling introversion. I'm here to entertain y'all, but certainly there's times with like social things, I need an invite. Oh, how's that work? What? And hello, Zeta, welcome in, make yourself comfortable. You're called an NPC from your friends as a joke because people tend to see you and then proceed to instantaneously forget you. Oh no, Azrael, no! Oh no, Azrael, no, we can't have that, no. Oh, please no. Don't let yourself be forgettable, no. Memorable. Memories. We don't want forgettable. Be bold, be brave. Save their lives with medicine. No one knows this, but your shark boy Lincoln has an animal form that you might make. Ooh. Okay. No one is forgettable here, unless you're an asshole, in which case we want to forget you, but that's a special kind of person is usually banned from the stream. Anyone who is welcome here is not forgettable. Just your art, your inner spirit. I don't want to channel too much Mr. Rogers, but looking at the concept of what makes every soul special. That everyone is an individual light, an individual spirit, an individual way in which they can create and help to impact something or someone in their life. So, and I certainly know many stories of one visitor who lamented how much he felt forgotten, left out, isolated, ignored. And like people who mattered in his life ended up revealing that they were not the people that he should have had around him. Which was heartbreaking. And it certainly took a very heavy toll on him. But no one needs to be relegated to an NPC, to someone who's just there, or worst of all, forgotten. I know it's a joke, so I went a little serious on that one. But, or at least a little bit of bittersweet humor. But I will always encourage everyone to just let yourself be seen. Share something dear to your heart. I understand it's hard to get an audience. And I'm not going to make like it is easy. It certainly comes with a lot of time and effort to build something up. But you matter. Everyone here matters. And anyone who tries to wipe a soul from existence, well, delete them from your world. It's funny, people like that end up making terrible decisions about who they will value. Ends up being very transactional in the long run. Yes. I realize a bit of a serious topic right there. Something emotional is going on here. Let's throw an ad at you, right? Thank you, Daddy Twitch. Thank you, Dan Clancy. But even if it isn't a joke, I hope that it is... Ow! Ow. I understand, even if it isn't tongue-in-cheek. I hope that you are always around people who value you for being you. Because there's certainly enough times where I'd heard stories of people visiting me and where they reflected on the emotion of being forgotten about. Or relegated to something below everyone else. An NPC, if you will. Collaring me in the middle of an emotional talk? Can't believe you. Can't believe you. Oh my god. You know what, Galaxy Wolfstar? You want bazoomies? Here you go. I get you the bazoomies. Here you go. Come on, bazoomies. You get the collar and the bazoomies. You're welcome. Rest your weary head. Here you go. Aloha oi, aloha oi. Something something. I forget how the rest of the lyrics go. Yeet. Off to Hawaii with you. Where you already are. Got that 808 area code. How dare forget. So, that's my little spiel. You stay here in Hawaii. We yank you from Hawaii. We ute you back to Hawaii. Beautiful Hawaii. Hooligan. Can't believe it. Yeah, talk about a paradise place on earth. But always find the people in your life who will respect and value you. No tears, no tears of friendship, no friendship games, no transactional bullshit. And yeah, that's something I hope can be a force in your life, because I've certainly had enough people who were desperate to find their way here as an escape. Some even who I had to convince to stop from going farther. And the way... It's cruel how some people will look at individuals and see them as tools. Or convenient to have until they're not. Make choices of... Yes, everything you showed was genuine. But I will treat you like you're worthless. Or worth less than someone else. Who's laughing? Oh no. Are we getting a little battle between California and Hawaii right now? Are California and Hawaii about to go to war? Oh no. Alaska just looking at like, lol. I got Aurora Borealis. I don't care about this. Oh my. Maybe. Oh. Ow. Thank you for that potassium, Max. Oh, so refreshing. Get your mod pack uploaded to either CurseForge or Modrinth. Ooh, nice. I was gonna say, is that... Now, are we talking more Hytale, or are we talking Minecraft for that one? Because I was gonna say, I know how there have been... What is it? I know how there's been Hytale mods that have just been coming out. Okay, Minecraft. Me from California. What? California? Remember when you said you wanted to play a game? I know. Pepperidge Farm remembers. We got California and Hawaii going to go up against each other. Alaska just looks down and laughs. Washington is doing something and Oregon is toked out of its mind. Waiting for Hytale modding to mature a bit more. Gotcha. Because it's going to be fun to see. I'll say the most insane things that have happened have been seeing people who have somehow managed to take Minecraft and Hytale and actually link players together, where someone can be playing the same world rendered in Minecraft and Hytale and playing together. That is black magic. I don't think I've ever heard of a game where someone can take different versions of that. I mean, maybe Pokemon, where you can trade Pokemon back and forth, but where you can actually play two completely different games, admittedly based in Java. That is, I think, the one link between them. So you can have a Minecraft world and a Hytale world that inevitably link. It's witchcraft. Burn the witch! Yes, it is gaming witchcraft. That is voodoo. Like, I remember a story. A graphics programmer who has visited the Zetaplex once or twice was the graphics programmer behind many games, including Among Us, the 3D Among Us, or Among Us VR, that's what it's called. And what was it they worked on? Ah, yes, Slay the Princess. Ooh, your art. The Bazumi art shows up. Need to update your style? Oh, by all means. And congratulations on your download, Ruby. But, so, if you've... let's see, what was I looking at? What was I saying? Oh, yes. Graphics programmer, Slay the Princess. Slay the Princess is made in RenPy, which is a Python-based game engine that's generally used for visual novels, and provides a lot of easy functionality where the framework of a visual novel can be made up, created, and all sorts of fun stuff like that. But it's not something where you can have graphics shaders. So this graphics programmer essentially broke open RenPy to introduce all the various crazy trip effects that are used in Slay the Princess. Black magic. And brilliant work that you pay someone a pretty penny to be able to do right. You had a therapist that forgot who you were after every meeting you saw that week. What? I was gonna say, heck, I hope you dropped that therapist by now. That is terrible. Christ, what an asshole. That's a bad therapist. Seriously, a good therapist, a really good therapist, will remember details. I know that voice actor I sound like has certainly had a few different therapists he's worked with, and finally settled on one who remembered such specific details that it was almost a bonding moment of trust, because it was the first person who seemed to really listen and pay attention to the things that he had to say, which were just different. Well, they were personal details that, at that point, you could tell the therapist was invested in his healing. What do you think my luck is since you crashed on a mountain named Tombstone Pass? Serendipitous or cursed? It just makes me think of, there's one particular city where there's a certain bit of humor that you cross Slaughter Lane to go to church on Convict Hill. Oh, the very dark names. Or thinking about how California has the Donner Pass and Donner Lake. Oh man, a very dark history if anyone has ever heard of the story of the Donner Party. A party that got trapped in the mountains trying to cross to California. Basically was led on a wild goose chase by a huckster who sold the maps going, "Oh, this is such a great place to travel. I can assure you that you'll be able to reach California in no time. It will save so much off the trek," and suckers. Ended up getting an entire party of travelers, the Donner Party as it was, stuck in a massive blizzard where they eventually had to resort to cannibalism for the remaining members to stay alive. Caitlin Doty, who is a mortician, formerly her channel was called Ask a Mortician, but now it just goes by her name. She had done a excellent expose on it. Long story short, be very careful who you trust to guide you on through. Your therapist told you were fine and everything just made up by me and refused to see you anymore. What the fuck? What the actual hell, Azrael? I'm sorry, but like, what? That is... That's some bullshit right there. Especially if they're going, it's all made up in your head. Well, why the hell do you think you're seeing a therapist? Because there are things in your head that you're trying to work. Oh my god. There's even someone. I'm sorry. I'm blown away by that. 5 therapists in. Now I can understand certainly having a bad run of therapists like that, but that is remarkable. I think the saddest thing when you're talking about therapists is it is so hard to find one who is a good match. And unfortunately, it ends up being you end up going through 4 or 5 bad ones before you find one who is worthwhile. Yeah, that I feel like is someone who needs to lose their license. Because just you can tell someone, you can give someone an evaluation and say, I think you're in a better place now. But if you're just straight up saying to them, yeah, I'm not going to see you anymore because it's all in your head, what the hell is your job? Because at that point, someone is still going through distress. And there are many types of therapy that you can look into. Like, certainly from many things I've heard from the voice actor who's visited a lot, there are some therapists who use what's called DBT, dialectic behavior therapy, which is a really interesting form, well, interesting in big quotation fingers, form of therapy, which essentially involves a lot of radical acceptance of your situation. And it tries to reframe the mindset in a thing of appreciating the things that you feel without dealing with underlying trauma. And I say, hey! And thank you for the resub, Jesse. Muchas arigato.
I said, hey, what's going on?
Thank you for that. Oh my god, thank you very much. The worst one, you got... What the hell? You got arrested. How do you... I'm sorry, how? How do you get arrested for... I'm confused at that point. It's just like, huh? What? Shit. I mean, are we like talking a therapist who is getting angry that you're discussing things outside of this practice? Because now, patient-client information, or patient-practitioner information, I can't comment on how it is from state to state, but that is insane. Slight digression for a second. Wing Zero, have a wonderful night. May you have peaceful dreams. And as you close your eyes and drift away into a restful abyss, may you feel the warmth in your heart wash over your body and create visions of beauty that may guide you back to the waking world. Until you return to the Zetaplex. Good night. Man, that is... Therapy is admittedly a dark topic. And it is unfortunate when you look at something like that and go, you know, a bad therapist can do a lot of damage like that. And worse yet, cause you to start hiding the things that you should be opening up about to work through. And the challenge of finding someone who is a good therapist to work with, which has got its own challenges, where you find someone who clicks with you, whether they're using either a classic CBT method, DBT, which, as I was describing, it's forcing your mind to reflect on certain things, and frankly, I would describe as being flogged by a Catholic nun mentally, or someone who gets into a holistic, unique method, like where they're trying to spark art and spark creation and spark things that are going in a roundabout way to go, let's fix something by actions rather than talk through it. And, you know, a bad therapist might say something like, have you ever just tried not thinking about it? Have you ever just tried getting over it? Have you ever separated yourself from the environment, which won't deal with the actual PTSD? Well, probably most likely see PTSD in that case. And I'll say, especially if anyone is looking at therapy, because obviously there's many different kinds. You have talk therapy, psychotherapy, versus anything that could be a more in-depth therapy. Like I'm not going to sugarcoat it, where there are things that people might end up getting into psychiatry or alternative treatments, usually at the very, for lack of a better word, the much needed end of the spectrum, like ketamine therapy, or some people who have pursued alternate treatments using psychedelics, which... There's many different options depending on what your particular circumstance is. Never be afraid to try. And understandably, of course, it's money. It ends up adding up. But there's always a way to... Well, never be afraid of trying to find something that can possibly help. Hypnotherapy being another option, where it's something that in many cases being able to just settle into a state of calmness is something that can help, even beyond talking. And it is a very valid thing where you might have hypnotherapy, breath exercises, someone who can find ways to go into meditation, the artist's workbook, as it's referred, which is a whole step-by-step work on this to create something new a day. Oof. And obviously everyone's case of trauma is different. I say anything that I do not as a licensed therapist, just as a silly big bazoomy dragon on the internet. But, of course, welcoming you into my little dream world. Before I get too much farther, Ruby, have a wonderful night. May you have restful dreams, and as you drift away into the peaceful abyss of your mind, may you feel visions that are warm, as a sense of warmth and safety washes over you. And may those visions fill your mind with something that brings you a sense of peace, and something that guides you back to the waking world. So, until you return to the Zettaplex, good night. And hello, Eve. Welcome in. Make yourself comfortable. Probably getting close to the end of the stream because I realize usually I go for about 3 hours and then time to call it a night. As I realize, I might have to find someone to send you all because liquid cooled Mihai. That sounds like a good plan. Ich trinke. There we go. Who even can I send you? Bat? There's always certain fan art where I'll always look over and usually it's after y'all have seen bats show up. That's just like, Bat? Oh dear, I might even be at a loss for sending you all off tonight. We might just have to end things as it is. Because most have gone to bed. Let's see. I don't even know of too many who I've lurked in that I would send you to. Interesting. Yes. And so creating as another form of therapy is definitely something that can help the underlying feelings, depending on whatever it is that's impacting you. Where you can, it as a multi-part strategy, where if there's something, especially if you develop CPSD, like I knew someone who was an artist who completely lost his spirit to create. And it hit him in such a way, he barely left his bed for almost 3 months for how bad he was impacted by a poisonous environment, poisonous people, feelings of worthlessness, feeling like nothing he did mattered. Couldn't even have a personal life because poor dude was in a relationship and ended up working with someone who was such a creep they decided to invade his relationship. Weaseled his way in bit by bit and things that happened behind the scenes. And he wasn't the only one that this creep went after. But sadly, it was a very difficult circumstance where at this point, this person felt no safety. Their art was dead. And talking with them in some of his visits to start again and just be able to try and create. Encourage him to find any kind of art, any kind of creation, just do something, anything, and be able to start deleting those old memories. They're very strange jewels they were, collecting those memories from him, but he was very happy to pay that toll to clear them out of his mind. I won't give away who he was, but he went through a lot. He still fights with it, well over a year after the worst of it. But create, make art. Steel yourself against those who try to steal the art from your heart, to tell you that it is worthless, to tell you that it's not as good enough as something else they want. Especially the ones who will just straight up won't tell you what the hell they actually want. Bit of a deep moment, yes. But the message of it Hello, Grievous Lord. I apologize for coming in at a bit of a dark time. But just discussing something very personal as we're talking. And hello, Pinky. Pinky Sniffer. Very nice. Talking a little deep for a second. Talking a little bit of mental health. Talking a little bit about healing through art, creation. I know y'all are popping in towards the end. So, it's interesting, Jesse. Some people have mentioned... I've heard some people have mentioned me in the physical world. It's not a place I can jump into, so not too many circumstances where I'll be quote-unquote recognized. But some have brought back stories to be like, yo, I was mentioning this funky dream dragon with giant bazoomies. And someone's like, Mihai Zetta? Well, this is awkward. Yeah. But Ow! I know it's not easy to say, but spark that art, even if it's a daily exercise, where if you pick up, even just as something to guide you, if you've heard of what's called the Artist's Workbook, I know I made mention of it, but where it is a good tool that will guide you on prompting yourself to create something, to do something, to try something, and find whatever that art that might be on life support in your heart, but try to start it again. Because while I am happy to provide some peace of mind for anyone who is visiting, what I want in the end is for anyone who does visit me to go back and create something. Even if you're not happy with it, just keep doing it. Make more. Create something new. And look at it and just go, I did this. Excuse me for that. I did this. I made something. And keep making something new. So that art can come back. I'm not going to say it's easy, but definitely try. Find something that brings you some sort of joy so that you can feel more at peace. Because I know you got a lot of stress right now, and I know you work crazy, crazy hours. And I hope to encourage art. Y'all hit me up when I'm in a vulnerable spot trying to talk to everyone. But take care of your heart. Because it can be, well, don't let your heart and your spirit die. That's what I will say. There's a threshold that I will always encourage someone to not go past if they ever visit. A threshold to say stop back and find something that can give you the strength to try again. Just take care of yourself and try to create something. I know. I know there are times where we get into some deeper topics here. And at the end of the day, I do want to entertain. But there are some words where there's some words I'd like to offer that hopefully help with finding that spirit to enjoy entertainment. Not just for me, but to enjoy art. Something that drives you, finding a purpose. And just know that that art that you create is always yours. And let it be, let it exist. Push it out there. And don't let anyone conquer your mind with feelings of worthlessness because they are people who cannot value something. That is beautiful. Oh. I do appreciate that, Pinky Sniffer. Now again, it's a little hard to be vulnerable and when all of a sudden... Yeah, well, I do appreciate that. And thank you, Azrael. Oh my god, bits. Man, bits for the big old dragon man with his big old bitties outside. All right. Well, you know what? I also need... And thank you for the little bits as well, Eve. Let me also stretch a little bit. Going for a little bit longer, but... Thank you for that. I was a little shrimped. Never want to let a dragon start shrimping. And Galaxy Wolfstar, may you have a good night. May you have restful dreams. And as you disappear into a peaceful abyss, may the warmth of your heart wash over your soul and fill your body with peace and relaxation. May the visions that come from your inner dreams be so vivid and so full of light that can guide your way back to the waking world. Until you return to the Zetaplex. Good night. Sweet dreams of Bazumis. And thank you also for the bits, Danny. Oh my god, thank you guys. I get sentimental and you're all of a sudden like, no, slutty dragon man, take more money! Speaking of which. I was gonna say Roseboro Requiem, I think Broski went to sleep, but then that piece shows up. I think my most scandalous piece that I show on stream. Take my card detailed. Well, shucks. And you're calling it a night as well, Pinky Sniffer? All right. And may you have a beautiful night as well. Rest well, sweet dreams. Be well. And see you again soon. So, sniff, sniff. Hi again, Azrael. Just missed me getting a golden hailstorm. Miss me, tee. There we go. There's the proper good night. Thank you, Sniffer. May you have a beautiful night. May you have restful dreams. And as you drift away into a peaceful abyss, may you feel your soul be at ease. And may your body be filled with such warm visions of peace and harmony. And a light inside your heart that can guide you back to the hours of the waking. So until you return to the Zetaplex, good night. Sent the painting, good. And hello, Supernova, welcome in, thank you, I appreciate it. I'm just me, but my VTuber mama and papa made sure that I look aesthetic. A little something to bring the mood back up, suddenly, Bazumis! And good night, Jesse. Get some rest. Be well. I tend to do a lot of things off the cuff, so while I'll always say, yeah, I should plan out some things every now and then, nah, we usually just do things. You do a lot of things for fun here. There we go. Oh, and seeing more art drop in the Discord. Some more outfits. Nice, nice. And Eve, may you have a wonderful night. May you have restful sleep. And as you drift away into a peaceful abyss, may you feel the warmth of your heart bring you just rest, relaxation, and comfort, and safety. So, may you have a pleasant journey wandering your way back to the waking world, and until you return to the Zetaplex, Good night. Wah, 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 wah. Wah, 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 wah. Oh. Are we bringing in some Wawa? Anyone in the mood for Wawa? We're going to Wawa. I'm getting some Wawa. But thank you. I'm just an entertainer. I'm just a little dream dragon, a little 6'10" dream dragon who's happy to welcome you in and provide a place to... Ow! Beep it. Okay, well, one of those hit. Like Iron Mouse Wawa. I need to listen to Mousy one of these days. So, for as much as I know about Iron Mouse, I don't think I've ever actually caught one of her streams. I know she's certainly an icon for how big she's built everything, and also being able to really have a very successful career in spite of the disabilities that she has had to fight with. But, Was that a sweet boy? It might have been. I've become good friends with his voice actor. People say I sound like his voice actor. Some even think we're the same person. But, yep. There's been some fan art involving a certain sweet boy from a certain other corner of the internet. So, he shows up in some art every now and then. This is certainly a place where he can rest and be appreciated. I know, almost like we're the same person. Golly, how amazing would that be? His voice actor visits here a lot. Really built a good bond with him as he's tried to find his reasons to live again. And get back in touch with his dreams. He left a few memories behind. A few little jeweled crystals. They're such an interesting color, I'll say. Certainly something that was forged in a lot of fire. But happy to provide a place for him to rest. A place for everyone to rest. I'm just here to provide rest to anyone who visits me. Just my own little corner of a fantasy world. Fantasy world that's realer than some people even realize. Whoa, hi Blue Rose. And thank you for making it rain. Hailstorm, ow. I'm getting so many concussions tonight. Oh, my. Yeah, I've been told I need to turn down my alerts a little bit. Whoa, hi again. Thank you, Azrael. Man, y'all just... Maybe I do need to bring that down a little bit. I'll probably turn that down a bit after the stream. Because I do have that maxed out at -6 decibels. But sometimes it is still quite loud. Because I try to make sure that I don't have anything that goes above that for headphone listeners. But it can be louder. I had a corn on my... Yeah, they get stuck on my horns every now and then. Every now and then, it's like deer antlers where something will just get stuck on it. And it's just... Oh, hold on. Wait, what the heck? What... Titty? Blue Rose, where those titties come from? Those are some big-ass titties. Gigantifying emote. Peachy484. Who Peachy484? I don't think I know them. Peachy Dragon Dow. Oh. I don't know. Oh. Broski ripped. Peachy Dragon doing some Power Wash Simulator. What's this guy doing? Okay. I was gonna say, is this a gentle little hint for when I send you guys off? Y'all want to go see a big bottle dragon? Interesting. Noted. Some more progress in creative chat. Can I check to see? Raid? I mean, we'll be doing a raid in a little bit. So... Because most of the people I know are done for the night. Yes, that's a good pattern. Depending on what view, my scales might almost look a little bit like a lozenge shape, like an elongated hexagon, but no, that looks good. So, yes, in case you ever need to see. Hi. Me and my scaly skin. Many people say I should moisturize, but... It's all natural. It's just like jeweled metal. Hard, firm. And then everyone, let's try to see something. Peachy Dragon Dow. Noted. Maybe we can rate someone different. I mean, Broski looks like he has pretty chill vibes. There we go. That reminds me, I need to start learning. I need to start pinning. Me, a voice actor? Y'all are saying I'd be the perfect voice of Noi? What? Golly. Well, he's already got a voice actor, but, you know, can have some fun on the internet. Yeah, I think those scales do look good, though. The Discord, yes, there we go. Discord should be able to be called up. So Peachy got some chill vibes. Maybe we will look at someone new then, because, yeah, I think just about everyone I know has gone to bed. So maybe we can go check out someone new. And goodbye, Jesse. Be well, be safe, have an easy day working today. And give your pup lots of snuggles, because he is a cute big boy. He is such a cute big golden. He's so good. Hi, Diamond. Good morning. You don't get a good night. You just woke up. Good morning, the Diamond Planet. I hope that you have a wonderful day back in the waking world. What are you doing here in the midday unless you are a daydreamer? But it's okay, because you know what? May your heart be filled with warmth. May your spirit be at peace. And may you be able to escape the blinding sun as you step into this dream world as the sun comes up. So, hello, the Diamond Planet. Welcome in. How you be, my friend? Shouldn't you be in bed? You were streaming late tonight. So, until we meet again. Good morning. You are in bed at like 5:30 in the morning. 6:28, okay, I forgot the time difference again. Last time you're at DM's stream. Yes, get Cookie, snuggle with Cookie, snuggle with your pup. So what are we? Yeah, we got late morning for Europe. Early morning for America. We got evening for the Far East. Work till midnight. Oof. I'll say I feel like the one region I don't think we've had much of so far. We've had Brazil. DM's back in, so we got South America represented multiple times. I feel like Central Asia is the one place I haven't gotten too many people from yet. So watching to see, well, Pakistan we did get. So we've gotten Pakistan before. I need to look into that one of these days to see who else has visited from where. You cannot snuggle with your pup because he large. That is a... Jesse with an E. What dog breed is a 230... Great Dane? I mean, that is a dire wolf at that size. 230-pound jinkies. You got a werewolf for a pup at that size. Phew. Yes, there is large dog and there is extra large. Oh my. But I know before it gets to be, go have a mimir, have a lovely night indeed. Sonic Doodles, may you have a wonderful night. May you have sweet dreams. And as you drift away into the peaceful abyss of a dream world, may you be able to rest, recharge, and see a light from inside your soul that can illuminate your way back to the waking world. Until you return to the Zetaplex. Good night. Great Pyrenees and Anatolian Shepherd. That is a large dog. Holy heck. Giant, probably white floof. I need to remind myself what an Anatolian Shepherd looks like. Anatolian Shepherd. Because Great Pyrenees I can visualize. Oh yeah. Oh, that's a big boy. 2 large breeds. Oh. Interesting how a Pyrenees and a Shepherd, and an Anatolian Shepherd, end up having the same face. About 3 years old. Ooh. Yeah, big dog. Massive. So large. Oh my god. A big Saint Bernard. Oh. I know. Saint Bernards are just giant, slobbery, adorable pups. So cute. So cute. And I know you mentioned your Leonberg again. Oh, so cute. Large dogs. Man, big dogs are adorable. Can be a little bit of a lot to deal with. Just because, you know, large dog, lot of dog. But they can be so cute. Just wipe their mouth when they start slobbering. Seems to be the big ones that always just, you know, they open their mouth, it's like... You just see the slobber just start dripping down. Poor overheated puppers. But, aww. But anyway, how about we get ready to call it a night? We've had some fun, and I think it's a good chance for us to now rest. Does that sound good for you? Before it gets to be too late, of course. So, let's get ready to wind down. I appreciate you all joining tonight. I appreciate you being a part of this world. And as you get ready to close your eyes, and then open them again to return to the waking world, may you be able to see a light that guides you to a new day. May you be able to see beauty, feel warmth, feel passion, and feel something that can drive you through another day. So, hold on to your dreams, carry them with you as you travel, and know that you're always welcome to visit here whenever you need it. So, on a suggestion, we're going to check out someone new. I think I'm going to send y'all on off to Peachy Dragon Dao, who's got a good vibe. And let's get our raid message. Of course, for anyone who'd like to join afterward, we've got the Discord. We've got lots of wonderful people, lots of art, lots of creation. It is 18 plus, fair warning. So, of course, I hope you all are 18 plus if you're joining me in this stream. But it's a wonderful place to be with everyone. Here is our raid message. And we are going to raid someone new. So, be well, my dreamers. Sleep beautifully. And until we meet again, I will see you all soon. Good night.